Broncos country! What's up, orange and blue? Are you ready for another hype video that'll get you pumped for our Denver Broncos? Today, we're diving deep into a hot topic, the underrated players on our team, guys who are bleeding for us out there on the field and absolutely deserve a contract extension to keep shining at Mile High. So grab your beer, throw on that Broncos jersey, and let's talk about three guys who are flying under the radar, but not too low because we're watching them closely. Before we kick things off, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on the best content for the most passionate fan base in the NFL. And drop a comment below, which players do you think deserve a new deal? Let's talk. Broncos country is family. Let's start with a dude who's been making a huge impact on defense, even if he's not exactly a household name yet. Brandon Jones, our safety. This guy's an absolute pit bull on the field, Broncos country. In 2024, he proved he's a key piece of our secondary, making plays that leave fans speechless. You know, those bone-crushing tackles that make the whole stadium erupt, or those game-changing picks. That's Brandon Jones, and he's been delivering all that and more. He's still got 2 years left on his deal, but honestly, we need to lock this man down in Denver for the long haul. He's playing with the kind of fire that brings back memories of legends like Steve Atwater, dudes who made offenses tremble. Jones isn't just locking down receivers. He's coming up to the line and shutting down the run, too. And against teams like the Chiefs, who love those quick passes, having a versatile safety like him, that's gold. Why does he deserve a new deal? 1. He's been insanely consistent. 2. His chemistry with guys like Pat Surtain, too, is turning our secondary into a wall no QB wants to face. And 3, we all know how cutthroat the NFL is. If we don't move fast, some other team's gonna back up the truck and snatch our guy. So Sean Payton, George Payton, listen up, Broncos country is speaking loud and clear. Re-sign Brandon Jones now. What about you guys? Are you feeling the energy Brandon brings to this defense? Or do you think he still has more to prove? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear what's on your minds. Now let's talk about another dude, a straight-up unsung hero on our D-line, Malcolm Roach. This defensive tackle might not show up in every highlight reel, but man, without him, our defense would not be the QB-crushing machine we saw in 2024. You know what I'm talking about. He's that guy doing the dirty work, taking on 2 blockers, wrecking the backfield, setting the stage for edge rushers to feast. Roach isn't going to give you 15 sacks a season, but he's the heart of our defensive front. He's always there, clearing the way for guys like Nick Bonito or Jonathan Cooper to get after the QB, and against power run teams like the Ravens or the Steelers, Roach is the dude who slams the door and says, "Nope, not today." What makes Roach stand out is his consistency. He's not flashy, but when you look at the box score at the end of the game, you're like, dang, this guy was everywhere. Tackles, QB pressures, run stops. He does it all, and he does it well. And get this, his contract is up after this season. That's right, Broncos country. If we don't act fast, this guy could be wearing a different jersey in 2026. And that would be a crime. Why does he deserve an extension? Because guys like Roach are rare. He's a quiet leader, the type who makes everything work without needing the spotlight. And considering how much we're spending in other areas, keeping a solid, affordable DT like him, that's just smart business. So let's make this deal happen. Denver, hey, Broncos country. Are y'all giving Malcolm Roach the credit he deserves, or do you think he's still flying way too under the radar? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to share this video with the rest of Broncos country. Now, last but definitely not least, let's talk about John Franklin Myers, the defensive end giving opposing quarterbacks nightmares. Broncos country, this guy is a straight-up force of nature. In 2024, he was flat-out phenomenal, bringing the kind of energy our D-line desperately needed. You know, that sack that gets the whole stadium on its feet? Franklin Myers is delivering that, consistently. He's got 1 more year left on his contract, but just like with Brandon Jones, we can't afford to wait till the last minute. Franklin Myers is the kind of player who blends raw power with elite technique. He doesn't just sack the QB, he's also rock solid against the run, which is huge in Vance Joseph's system. And look, with all the money we've already got, Tied up in guys like Jonathan Cooper and DJ Jones, locking up Franklin Myers long-term is a smart move to keep our defense elite. What makes Franklin Myers special is his versatility. He can line up on the edge or slide inside and wreak havoc, throwing off offensive lines left and right. And when he goes into QB hunting mode, it's like watching an action movie. You just know something big's about to happen. Against the Chiefs, he was one of the few who consistently got pressure on Patrick Mahomes. And that's no small feat. So why does he deserve an extension? Because he's in his prime at 29, and he's still got plenty of juice left. He's also a leader, in the locker room, always lifting up the younger guys. Losing someone like him would be a major blow to a defense that's finally showing championship-level potential. So, Broncos country, what do y'all think about John Franklin Myers? Is he the guy you want to see locked in with a long-term deal? In Denver, or is there another player who's earned it more? Drop your thoughts below. We love hearing from Broncos country. Now let me tell you why we're pushing so hard for these three guys: Brandon Jones, Malcolm Roach, and John Franklin Myers. The Denver Broncos are at a turning point. After years of bad decisions and poorly built rosters, we're finally looking like a real contender. And what makes a contender? It's not just stars like Pat Surtain II or Quinn Miners. It's the unsung heroes, the grinders, who do the dirty work so others can shine. The 2024 Broncos defense was one of the best in the NFL, and that's no accident. It's the result of a well-designed scheme by Vance Joseph and players who buy in and execute perfectly. These three guys are the glue that holds it all together. Without them, we wouldn't have the same QB pressure, run-stopping ability, or game-changing defensive plays. And let's be real, re-signing them now is also a smart financial move. The NFL's a market where prices rise fast. Wait too long. And we'll be paying more, or worse, watching them walk away to teams like the Eagles or 49ers who love snatching up undervalued talent. So George Paton, time to open the wallet and show that Denver is serious about building a championship squad. This video's for you, Broncos country. We know Denver's got some of the most passionate fans in the NFL, so tell us, who else on the roster deserves a new contract? Is there someone flying under the radar we didn't mention? And hey, if you disagree with anything, don't hold back. We live for those heated debates in the comments. One more thing. What's the 2025 game you're most hyped to see these guys dominate in? Is it finally shutting down Mahomes and the Chiefs, or maybe taking on the Ravens to show our defense fears no one? Drop it all below. And of course, don't forget to share this video with the fan base. Send it in the group chat, post it on Twitter, tag that friend who's losing hope in the team, and show him the future is orange and blue. To wrap it up, Broncos country, let me say this. The Denver Broncos are on the right path. With guys like Brandon Jones, Malcolm Roach, and John Franklin Myers, we've got a solid foundation to build something special. But we need to value these underrated talents, keep them in Denver, and keep cheering like only Broncos country knows how. So let's get those extensions signed, pack the stands at Invesco Field at Mile High, and show the NFL that the Broncos are back in a big way. Until next time, y'all, and remember, once a Bronco, always a Bronco. And as always, go Broncos!